What is a twunk? Are you as dumbfounded as I was the first time I heard this word? Well, you're in luck. It's time for another Sunday history lesson. Well, gay history anyway. In this week's video, we're taking a look at the word twunk and what it means and where it comes from. So let's head towards the rainbow and follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
We're all pretty much in agreement of what the word twink means. It's a pretty exclusionary term tightly focused on young men who are hairless, slender, usually blonde, and usually white.
Before we discuss what a twunk is, you need to know what gay slang or lingo is. Gay slang is a set of English language words used predominantly amongst LGBTQ people, including gay people.
In Britain alone, there are at least 1 million men and 1 million women who are homosexual. Now, for some reason, the law takes an entirely different attitude toward the two sexes in this matter. Between women, homosexuality is perfectly legal, but between men, it's a crime, rendering the offender liable to several years of imprisonment.
Because of the sodomy laws of the 20th century, gay people developed a set of words they could use to communicate in public without the fear of being arrested for being gay. They could easily identify each other using secret codes, like for instance referring to somebody as a friend of Dorothy's meant that he was gay. These words and terms remained largely a secret to the rest of the world for the majority of the century.
The purple pamphlet of the Johns Committee, had been doing this so-called investigation for a number of years. Basically, finding homosexuals, interrogating them, getting all this information, taking names down, and so on. And much of it was done quietly. That is, much of it didn't receive a lot of public notice. This was all part of, eventually of an attempt to basically, by Charlie Johns, to say that Florida needed to rewrite its laws on homosexuality to make them more strict, to enable the state to put a homosexual in jail just for being a homosexual.
But in January 1964, a pamphlet was published by the Florida Legislative Investigation Committee entitled Homosexuality and Citizenship in Florida, which contained an extensive appendix documenting and defining homosexual slang in the United States at the time. The secret code was out and public knowledge, but luckily for us, the pamphlet received backlash from the general public for describing and depicting homosexual sexual acts, and the committee was disbanded the following year. The pamphlet and the gay slang in it was mostly forgotten by the general straight public, and so many of the slang remained known to only the gay community. That's obviously until the invention of the internet.
Imagine a world where every word ever written, every picture ever painted, and every film ever shot could be viewed instantly in your home via an information superhighway.
I mean, how often do you wonder about things that keep you awake at night? Probably never, because you can simply Google it. That's how most people, including myself, discovered new music, new movies, and new words. But the word twunk has been around for a while, and is a product of portmanteau, the mixing of two words.
Chill, relax, chillax.
You can probably figure out what two words were jumbled together to form the word twunk. The word twink is a gay slang for a man who has slim to average physique, a youthful appearance, and little to no body hair. Whether he shaves it or is naturally hairless doesn't really matter. On the other gay spectrum of body types, you find the hunk, someone who's more muscular, rugged, and has some body hair. Not too much, otherwise he would be considered a bear. You might think that twunk is the middle ground between hunk and twink. It's confusing, I know. Think of it this way. You don't always stay young, do you? Neither do twinks. So as they age, they no longer fit the criteria of youthful looking to be called a twink. And thus, they slowly morph into a twunk when they reach their 30s.
This gentleman has gone from a twink to a twunk to a twank.
Is any of this making sense to you? Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, click on this link to watch a similar video, or you can check out something else by clicking on this link. As always, click like and subscribe, it will help with the algorithm. You can also check out my second channel, which features original content of me living in a tropical jungle, or you can check out my original music on Patreon. See you in the next video.